Good morning. So we're going to do a trust activity, and what I want you to do is take a minute or two, and I want you to think about a person in your personal or professional life that you trust the most. And I want you to think about the characteristics these people have, and then we're going to write those on the board and discuss those a little bit. So I'll give you a minute to think about those, and if you want to jot down some ideas or... Yes?
Is this within our circle, or is this in our home life?
Anywhere, home life, somebody from the past, anyone that you completely trust, their opinion and who they are, and if they told you something that you would believe it.
You just want that characteristics.
You just want characters, no names or...
Okay.
Alright, so we have some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask Ms. Morrill if she will record for us. As you can see,
Up there?
writing is... Yeah.
Yes. Lord help me spell. Okay,
Alright. So
I'm
who
gonna put
wants-
my first one.
Alright.
I put discreet.
Nice.
Because if I say something that in private, I want it held in private.
Alright. Sarah?
Truthful, of course, they're honest.
Dependable.
Dependable.
They're caring.
Faithful.
I have one. They listen without judging.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these ideas, these characteristics, and how can we use these in a team, in our team here, to build a trusting relationship within the team? How can we use these characteristics? What can we do with these characteristics? How can we act on these characteristics to make sure we build the trust in our team that we have? So which of these things do we agree on? You know, we may not all agree that one thing is as important as another. Or what are some ideas that we feel we all feel are a characteristic that we want to have with people in our group?
I think second grade is dependable.
I think dependable, because I think every one of us feels like we can depend on the other to have our back,
Okay.
to do what they've said they're going to
We're
do.
very good at being, like if one struggles with one thing, we go and say, you know, how are you doing this? Or, you know, it might not always be what we want to hear, so offering feedback or either
Yeah.
objective, helpful.
Those all
I'm
kind of
trying
go
to-
together.
Yeah, all three goes together.
I do think there's a willingness to try to help each other out and to.
And we are loyal.
Yeah, we are very loyal teachers.
I think we're very caring with each other.
Yeah, so I think you do a good job of listening.
We listen without judging.
Yeah.
Include.
We're very collaborative with that big cohesive team.
Let me ask you this, how do you as a team reach consensus? And what is your definition of consensus?
Generally through discussion.
Is it a majority? If we have to vote on something, majority wins, or do we work till we...
I think we more or less work till we kind of come to a consensus, but I think we're kind of an odd team because we all are so similar in so
If
many
there's ever been a
ways.
question that we're not clear on before making the decision, we always consult with whomever, like we've had to consult with third grade teachers before on math stuff. And then we come back together and say, well, this is what third grade said. Okay, well, let's guide our kids towards what they're gonna be doing next year.
So when you work towards consensus, you pretty much work until you have a solution
So we kind
that
of-
everybody
Uh-huh.
can live with.
Probably the only time I can think of where we've even had different opinions may be when it comes to field trips. Whether we want to go on a field trip, you know. I didn't really want to go to the Indian Mounds, but you know, and we just kind of worked through the pros and the cons of it, and you know, I think in the bottom line, when it came to something like that, it really was not that huge of a deal. So, you know, whatever we decide on works. You know,
Nobody gets mad about it if it's
Yeah.
not your way.
Very professional.
And
All
I think
the
that's a
time.
biggie because
Because if you have one person that's upset about something, it affects the whole team.
Right.
And so, I mean, you know, yeah, I may not want to do what they're gonna do on certain things, but it's like, okay, and like she said, we might say, okay, I need to do this, and the rest of them will say, okay, we'll do that. And nobody gets angry at each other because we're not doing what they want us to do.
So this may be the team that needs to write the mission for the school.
You need to. You're hilarious.